Check test 1 2 3 1 2 3. Chicago at CMU.
Mic check 1 2 3 4.
Check 2. Check 1. Check 2. Check 1.
turn me
Check
up.
2.
There we go.
Good.
Good there.
All right. Check. 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 And welcome into the Cohen University Center in the Wiegand Gymnasium here on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University as we bring you coverage of Carnegie Mellon basketball tonight. UAA action through the Carnegie Mellon website. Coverage today brought to you by our proud partners, Penn Station, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel and Suites, Pittsburgh downtown, Moe's Southwest Grill, Pizza Parma, Panera Bread, and BSN Sports. Carnegie Mellon, the Tartans are 9-5, but they are 0-3 in UAA play. They face the Chicago University Maroons, who come in with a fantastic record of 13-1. They're 2-1 in UAA play. With Jonathan Spina, Bob Workwitz, let's talk about the visitors. Chicago first, an impressive record, Jonathan, and an impressive ranking as well.
Oh, absolutely, and they have that huge win last week against, at the time, the number one team in the country in NYU, and this is just a team up and down that can really shoot it well. They're very good with team rebounding, and they get after on the defensive end. They love to rack up those steals.
They're pretty well balanced, too. They have two players in double figures in Grace Hines and Sophia North, but they can spread it around. They've got 5 players with 20 more assists and 6 who average over 4 rebounds, so they spread that around. One thing they do have under Maria Wilson, their head coach, who is in her 3rd year, consistency. They've got the same starting lineup going for the 15th game, every game this year. So that's a luxury that a lot of teams would love to have, Jonathan.
Oh, absolutely. That's huge. And, I mean, most of the time you're starting 5, they're not all going to be healthy for the whole time, or something's going to come up here and there where they're going to have to miss a game. But when you can have that consistency, knowing you're going to get the same play from the same 5 players, at least to start the game every single night, that's huge for how your rotation works, and just everyone knows their role when everyone's playing doing their same thing every single night.
On the other side for CMU, great start to the year. They had 8 straight wins in a tough non-conference schedule. They lost to W&J. That was their first loss of the year. I was there for that. W&J now ranked and sort of turned around 8-0. Only 1 win in their last 6.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been a brutal stretch. You talked about W&J. They just jumped into the rankings and they lost to Hope, who's in the top 10. Rochester was number 10 at the time when Carnegie Mellon played them, and then now we got this Chicago team coming in who's also number 10. So that's a tough stretch for this Carnegie Mellon team, but it's been to some really, really good teams.
Just wanted to make one correction. I called her Maria Wilson. Maria Williamson is the 3rd-year head coach. Your starters today for Chicago, Marissa Poe, Ellie Gross, Grace Hines, Sophia North, and Mallory Brodnick. Homecoming for Sophia North. We'll talk more about that. For the Tartans, Savannah Gibbs, Anisha Chintala, Megan Matsko, Catherine Orr, and Isha Nambeson. Tap is controlled by the Maroons, appropriately enough, in the maroon uniforms. Chicago University with the first possession in this one as they work it around. Goes back to the near side. They dump it in, and moving with the spin is Brodnick. They go inside out. They've got a 3 from the opposite wing, and that is down for Sophia North. Welcome home, Sophia.
Yeah, you said it. It's the homecoming for her, the Alderdice product from the Pittsburgh area, and they draw up the first play of the game to go to her, and she's able to hit it from the wing.
I'm sure that was by design, and it worked for the 3-0 lead. Here's the first possession for CMU, and a drive and a nice one down the right side, but it's off the mark, and the rebound controlled by Poe off the Chintala miss. And here comes Poe into the forecourt, and they go to Gross, who goes the opposite way. Trapped on the baseline is Brodnick. Inside out they go. And now a drive from left to right on the run. The runner by Gross is no good. That rebound is pulled down by who else? Catherine Orr, who does everything and almost everything well, and that leads to a basket at the other end for the freshman Savannah Gibbs, and it's 3-2.
And Orr gets the rebound, then she's able to bring it down the floor. Nice dish inside to Gibbs, so she gets the assist as well.
More on her numbers. Catherine Orr's numbers last year were so impressive, and they've gotten even more impressive in her sophomore season. Inside out again they go, and another 3 from the left corner by North. No, but a good rebound that doesn't go, though, by Marissa Poe, but another rebound by Brodnick. Out front they go. That's Hines. She'll work her way in, tries to shoot it. No whistle, a late whistle actually, and she will get 2 free throws. It was a late whistle, and the foul goes against Anisha Chintala.
It was good defense there from the Tartans, but they just weren't able to clear it out, get that defensive rebound, to get the ball out of there. Multiple opportunities for the Chicago team, and now they're headed to the line.
And 2 offensive rebounds. Coach Halla, Jackie Halla, the head coach for Carnegie Mellon, also talking about the late whistle. The first free throw is missed by Grace Hines. Hines is the leading scorer, 15.5 a game. That is 5th in the UAA. She's good at the free throw line, 78.8%. This team is good at the free throw line. She splits the pair, and Chicago has a 4-2 lead.
And rebounding can play a huge factor. Both of these teams used to dominating the glass in their games.
More spread out, where it's more Catherine Orr at just under 10 a game. And there's a miss, and there's a rebound and a run out, and here comes Marissa Poe. She gets a trailer, and that's Gross, and that is Hines, left side, 3-ball down, 7-2 Chicago.
Chicago with the hot hand from the outside early on. Typically you don't see teams on the road come out and shoot this well earlier, but they're 2 of 3 from behind the arc.
Gibbs had it, and that's Nambeeson driving in, and up and under move by Savannah Gibbs, who got it on the right side and came left, and she is fouled by Mallory Brodnick. That is her first, and that will send Savannah Gibbs, the 6-foot freshman, to the free throw line.
Well executed pick and roll right there, and they get the ball inside to Gibbs, and she gets fouled.
Gibbs at 6 foot brings that size into the lineup, makes the first. Missing some opportunities as well for Carnegie Mellon with Westlock and specifically Caitlin Clendening. Clendening not in the lineup. Rebounds to be had. She splits the pair, and the rebound was pulled down by Hines. And the Maroons lead by 4. They've got the ball. They like to run that inside out, running side to side. They certainly like that. Do they not, Jonathan? Another 3 for Hines. The Maroons have 3 in the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and they're just looking to drive and kick, and they're going to spread you out. They want to win that first one-on-one matchup with the player on the ball, and that's going to create people coming down and helping, which leaves someone open from behind the arc, and right there was Hines.
They trap Orr in front of their own bench. That's Chicago. She finds some help. They try to back it in. Turning. Good job to spin for that layup, but it's no good. That was Matsko, and the Maroons fight for the rebound. They've got it, and they lead by 7. Long pass. Driving in is Hines on the right baseline, no good. She fights for the offensive rebound and gets it. North is wide open, had time to think about it, had time to say hi to her family, and then she drops it through. A 13-3 lead for Chicago and a timeout for CMU.
Yeah, and that's a mixture of Chicago shooting it great from the outside, and they're able to get inside, get a couple of offensive rebounds, along with holding Carnegie Mellon to 1 and done. So a timeout right there, and Carnegie Mellon's going to have to rethink things here.
4 of 8 in the first 3+ minutes for Chicago. 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, and they've jumped out to a 13-3 lead. They can shoot it pretty well from beyond the arc. They've got 4 players who shoot over 40% from 3. They're 6th in the conference, total field goals, at 42.1%. So they've got a hot start on the road and a 10-point lead. Gives us a chance to let you know that Penn Station is a proud partner of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Enjoy any of their delicious made-to-order subs. All it takes is one bite, and you'll understand why at Penn Station it's all about good taste. Make sure to stop by the Shady Side location at 4815 Center Avenue. Now I need an answer after the timeout. Maybe more adjustments defensively than offensively right now for CMU. You would assume that shooting, the hot start for Chicago, would tail off a little bit. And the Tartans have the possession. They are patient. And they work it to the right side for Nambeeson, and then Matsko out top. There's a drive in and a dish or to the near corner. Baseline drive by Gibbs. Ball on the floor to Matsko, 7 to shoot. She'll go to the hoop and lay it up and in for her first 2.
Kicked it out to Matsko. Not the greatest pass there, but she's able to get the ball, get to the middle, get into the paint, and slip her way through.
There's North with the catch, and she saw room, goes on the baseline, flips to Hines in the near corner. That's the right side. They dump it into Brodnick. She goes up and under and lays it in. 6'2 senior, averages 9.1. That's her first bucket.
Yeah, Brodnick working one-on-one with Gibbs, and Gibbs is just going to have to take that matchup because you can't really come down and help the way they've been shooting it from the outside.
They've got good shooting. They got Brodnick, who's pretty good in the post. That's a dangerous combination. There's a 3 that is missed by Nambeeson, and a rebound coming the other way as Sophia North hesitates, and then they reset top of the key. 3 is off the mark by Gross. Rebound is tapped on the baseline, and Brodnick steps on the baseline, and the Tartans get possession, trailing by 10 at 15-5. And we'll get a substitution as Bella Alfaro checks in. She's a 5'7 sophomore guard. Out comes Grace Hines, the senior. Gonna get Catherine Orr maybe a little bit involved offensively. She's got an assist and a rebound, but hasn't had anything. Dribbles right into a double team, and I'm sure
see a lot
UAA
of those.
opponents and all opponents are used to that, as is she. There's a good job with the left hand. Near side by Chintala, and she draws the foul. You can use that if you're CMU, and just off the bench is Alfaro. She's called for that personal.
Yeah, and you want Catherine Orr to get involved in the game, but you also don't want her to press because we've seen it multiple times. Anytime she starts getting to the rim, the double team's immediately coming. That time able to get it over to Chintala, who's able to take advantage.
She makes the three-point play. Anisha Chintala averages 9.9 per game. And from the free throw line, 69%. She's got 3. That brings the Tartans back in, and now they get the ball right back as they cut to 7.
So that's an illegal screen.
And Orr is also good enough to help by not scoring, too.
Absolutely, yeah. When you lead in assists and rebounding as well, there's other ways you can impact the game. But a big thing there, Brodnick just picked up her second foul.
Right, that's what I was going to ask you. That was on Brodnick. So there's your post player that she has to go out with the 2 fouls on the illegal screen.
Lindsey Carter, the freshman, in.
She's 6'1", so we'll get 6'1" and 6 foot as freshmen will go at it. We haven't seen Ava Black yet for CMU as the 6'1" freshman. Wanting to travel, but good defense as they trap Orr, and they do get a foul, and Orr doesn't agree with it, but she's going to pick up our first personal.
Yeah, just a little bit of a push off there. It's good. It's been great defense. Chicago's done phenomenal, at least in the first 5 minutes here on Orr. Getting a little bit frustrated, hasn't been able to get a shot off yet, and then just ends up pushing off right there.
We either met her at the free throw line with a double team or forced her to the sideline. There's a 3. We've seen that. North has 9 3 trays for Sophia North, the 5'7" junior. North can light it up, averages 13.2 a game. She has 26 threes, leads Chicago in that category. Coming to the near side, that is Nambeeson, and there's Orr. Good jumper just inside the three-point line. No good. The rebound on the backside is grabbed, and the foul, Matsko is knocked down, and she'll shoot 2.
And Matsko, great job going up and getting that offensive rebound there, being aggressive, getting back to the rim, and drawing that foul.
Matsko will shoot 2. Didn't hear who or see who they called that foul. Matsko, by the way, from the free throw line, 81.8%. She's got 3. Second opportunity. Makes it an 8-point game. Chicago has an 18-10 lead. Matsko has 4. 3 for Chintala, 3 for Gibbs. Your scores for CMU in this one. 5 threes already in this first quarter for Chicago. And they've got a new player who checked in. It's Ashley Gow. She had it, touched it, passed it, a good read. Matsko stole it. They were trying to find Carter. Here comes transition. And that is a foul. Is coming in on the right wing was Isha Nambeeson. She'll get to shoot 2 free throws. Good transition, good breakout for CMU.
And that's where CMU's typically at their best, when they're able to get a turnover and get out in transition and run. Haven't really been able to do that up to this point, but right there they're able to get out. And now Nambeeson at the line.
It's going to be 2 now on Alfaro.
So Hines back in here, who also had a hot start to the game, scoring 7 points.
First is up and good for Isha Nambeeson. And Nambeeson averaged 7.7 a game. She shoots 75% from the foul line. Her first point and splits the pair. And that's a rebound by Hines. You mentioned it. Got that quick rest. She has 2 threes and 7 points. North has 3 threes and a game-high 9 points. Hines is on the baseline, top of the key. That's Gow. Her pass over is deflected and tracked down by Ellie Gross, who drives all the way to the right side. It goes underneath Orr, dumps it out. It's deflected. The Maroons get it with 7 to shoot. It's Hines coming right, flips it back out. North will back in. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot, partially blocked, and it's CMU basketball. And here they come. Orr up the floor, flips it forward. Nambeeson slows it down. She'll come all the way to the left, and Orr on the left wing looks inside, goes back out to Matsko. Matsko, good read, good cut. They can't get the finish, though. Nambeeson couldn't get it to fall.
And Carter did just enough there to kind of alter the shot. And it was a great backdoor cut, as you said, just wasn't able to get it to fall.
7-point game, Chicago with the ball and the lead as Gow slows it down. Gow on the right wing will come to the left, or to the right, left or right, excuse me. And there's a 3. They won't hesitate to shoot that, obviously. Hines, though, is able to trap the rebound, track it down in the corner, the left corner, and drives and gets the shot up. No good. And that's a good rebound by Gibbs, the freshman. Here comes Orr, 3-on-3. Orr directing traffic. Nambeeson's 3. It's partially blocked as flashing out to make that block was Sophia North. Home cooking has been good to Sophia North. Chicago gets the ball, and Maria Williamson takes a timeout with the Maroons in possession of the lead, 18-11.
Yeah, and how about North? And we knew she was a good player coming into this game, but she's been at another level here on both sides of the floor. Has the 9 points early on, able to get that block. Chicago gets the rebound in the corner. It was a great trap by the Tartans, so Chicago just ends up taking that timeout to keep the possession.
Sophia North, as Jonathan mentioned, from Taylor Alderdice, or Alderdice High School in the Squirrel Hill section in the city of Pittsburgh. 4 years on the hoops team for the Dragons, also cross country and track and field, was over 1,000 points in her career at Alderdice. She was the 2019 Pittsburgh City League Player of the Year and led the Dragons to the 2020 appearance in the finals. She was part of the all-academic team in the UAA in 2020.
That is super impressive, all-academic team in the UAA.
They've got a few of those players who marked that. And North is off to the great start, as we talked about. She's one who averages double figures at 13.2 a game, which is 10th in the league. So she's right near there. Could she go to 12 with that three? Yes! Well, I mean, we're here for CMU. We were talking about Sophia North, so we appreciate it, the on-time three, right?
Yeah, and, I mean, the last two for North, she's been wide open, just found a way to slip her defender, sits there, lines it up, able to put it down.
Yeah, 2 in a row. You're right.
Yep.
The time to think about it and drain them both. Good defense, no foul, as Gibbs was driving on the right blocks. Maria Williamson in the bench loves it. Yeah, that's going to be actually Chicago ball as a foul against CMU.
Yeah, they're going to get Gibbs with the charge there, and it was
So
Isabel Herrera that slid in there. The 5'3" senior slid in to try to take the charge from the 6-footer.
And now I can see why the bench was up. Always like when you take a charge. And Chicago back up by 10 at 21-11 with under 2 to go in this first quarter. North feeling it, but missed that one. But almost works as a pass as Hines gets the errant shot. She's got 9 with a putback, and it's a 12-point lead for Chicago.
And that was heat check from North. Just kind of got the ball. Was definitely feeling it, threw it up there. Not able to hit it, but Hines gets the offensive rebound and puts it back in.
Good recognition by Hines to get that. Matsko looking right with a dribble to Nambeeson. And flashing out to get that Chintala. 8 to shoot. She drives right, gets there, partially blocked by North. And she's doing it at both ends. Here come the Maroons. Excuse me. They've got another player in the lineup, Isabella Herrera, talked about it, checked in. The ball is deflected away. We're going to get a CMU foul, and we will get a personal charge against Nambeeson. We'll see Anika Prasad check in for CMU. Ashley Gow, so a pair of 30s. One in maroon, one in the white and cardinal. Flip out the Hines. She'll serve her on the right side. Gow on the right baseline will drive. Good spin to come with sort of a fadeaway nose. That's a good rebound on the opposite side by Prasad. Up the floor they go. Good catch by Matsko. Matsko to Orr. Entry pass a little too tall for Savannah Gibbs, and the Tartans turn it over.
Yeah, and Prasad fresh into the game right there. Tries to work it inside to Gibbs. Pass a little bit too high, but Chicago has done a great job of getting back on defense here. Carnegie Mellon at their best when they're able to beat the other team down the floor, and Chicago has not allowed them to do that yet. 12-point
lead for the Maroons. North, good defense. Prasad knocks the ball away. They run the transition, and Orr misses the layup, though, left side. Taps the rebound. Who's going to get it? North is there, and she has it. And she makes my voice crack. But 3 white jerseys in the arrow favors Carnegie Mellon. Good hustle by North. Good job to surround North by the Tartans.
Yeah, and I was surprised North was even able to get to that one there with the 3 Tartans in the area.
That was the first chance we've seen Orr with an opportunity to get to the iron and just couldn't get the layup to go. Good crowd here for a Friday afternoon. We've got the Kilty Pep Band as well, the Kelty Pep Band. I always love it when the Pep Band's in the house. Or with a sort of a fadeaway 3, no good. Hines rebounds. And there's a 3-second differential, 2.5-second differential between game and shot clock here late in the first quarter. Chicago by 12, Chicago by 14 as Hines is into double figures with 11 points.
Yeah, we've seen Hines do it multiple ways here. Get the rebound, put it back in. Right there, she posted up, and she's been able to hit it from the outside, and that's how you become your team's top scorer right there.
5-8. There's a steal by Gow, and Ashley Gow, the senior, on the break. Finds some help and it's deflected. CMU with 4. It's Orr with 2. It's Orr with 1. Good if it goes, and it's off the mark. A good start on the road by 10th-ranked Chicago. Through 1, it's Chicago 25 and CMU 11. Back with the second quarter right after this. You're watching CMU basketball on the CMU Athletics website. Little pep band action, little cheerleader action as well here at Carnegie Mellon University. Fans, check out the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel and Suites Pittsburgh downtown for your next conference or hotel stay in the city of Pittsburgh. The DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel and Suites Pittsburgh downtown. They are a proud corporate partner of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Chicago with a 14-point lead in the basketball. Hines travels. She's got 11. North has 12. They're in double figures already in this one. Haven't even talked much about Marissa Poe, who averages just under 10. She had 1 foul, and haven't called her name a lot, at least offensively, scoring-wise. Well, Carnegie Mellon down 14. Looking for some answers. Won't get it there. That's good hands by North. And Sophia North has been so impressive. Had the highlight in the notes, talked about the homecoming, and it's been quite the homecoming. Quite the 3 on the move by Prasad. That's the first tray in this game for CMU. They're down 11. There's Poe. Draws a triple team. Top of the key. Herrera, 3, good. Well, it doesn't matter who shoots it.
And that's been the key to this offense. They're trying to work the ball inside and then kick it out to the open person right there.
Seven trays, and the ball is loose. Chicago going after it, and they get it. Herrera up the floor. Marissa Poe lost the basketball, regathers on the left blocks, still fighting for it, taps it out, and Chicago will set it up offensively. North will drive and lay it in. Sophia North with 14.
And after the loose ball, Savannah Gibbs ended up on North. Gibbs was looking for someone else to take her. No one really ever came, and North was just able to drive to the rim.
12 times now in double figures for North. That leads the team. That's a good cut. Maybe should have shot that. Prasad tried to come to Matsko. Deflected out of bounds by Chicago. CMU to inbound 16 to shoot. We'll see Lindsey Carter check back in for Chicago, as well as Ellie Gross. First action for Ava Black as she comes in. First action as well for Ella Angwin for CMU, and also coming back in Isha Nambeeson for the Tartans. Shot clock to 20. I think they're going to put it back up to 30 if I understood the official right. And don't reset it.
16.
Wanted to get him to 16. I was angling for an additional 14 seconds, or 10.
The shot clock operator was angling for the 4 seconds there, so trying to give him the home court advantage.
Doesn't matter that they throw it in, and Gao steals the inbounds. At the other end is Carter, who's in there because Brodnick, 2 early fouls in the first quarter. They haven't missed her, though. How about that? Sweet reset, right to left. There's the first 2. Marissa Poe wants some airtime from us, I think.
Yeah, and a great patient move there. Drives in, pump fake, gets the defender off her feet and able to finish.
That's a good shot by Black on the left hand, but it just couldn't get it down. It's a 16-point lead for Chicago. Hines to Carter. Comes cross side. Well, they run a lot without the ball, do they not? They run to the hoop. Black meets Poe. Black's called for the foul. Marissa Poe will shoot 2. Just tons of movement that time because it was Gal was on the left wing, and all of a sudden she pops baseline, and then she's in front of Coach Holla on the right wing as Carnegie Mellon's going to take a 30-second timeout gives us a chance to let you know that the Carnegie Mellon Athletics Department wants to thank Moe's Southwest Grill, as do we, for providing the food today. They're a proud corporate partner of CMU. Make sure you visit one of Moe's 7 Pittsburgh locations. Pick up a burrito from the official provider of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Almost, and I'm going to emphasize almost because I'm an old guy, Jonathan, with the pep band and the atmosphere, make me think about going back to college and going to grad school. Almost. Love the atmosphere. Even though Chicago's does a great pep band and cheerleaders here for the first time. I was just here for a game earlier, and that was the only one, and they were not here. That was during Christmas break. That's why. Poe misses the first. Marissa Poe at 9.9. She shoots 75%. They've got 5 players. Other starters are 70-plus from the free throw line. And they're 0 for 2. Good read, though, as Gao angled right to that miss. And she keeps possession, and she's got it on the left wing. If she gets the 3, and she does, she earned that. A 2 just inside the line.
Absolutely, though. Gets the offensive rebound. They end up working the ball all the way back overturned. She hits the open jumper on the wing.
It's a 21-point lead for Chicago. They played a great first half. They led by 14 after 1. There's a drive up underneath, but Chintala can't shoot it. Prasad misses the 3. Carter rebounds for Chicago. Gross bounces it. Gao on the baseline. Hines on the right wing. She goes into the double team. Back to Gao. Boy, Gao's a bundle. She just keeps running. I need a 30-second timeout just watching her.
Yeah, and the Tartans have switched to a 2-3 zone here, and I think it's a lot of that movement you're talking about there.
Hines against the zone was wide open. Follows her 3-point miss to Gross. Back to Hines in the right corner. Top of the key to Gao. Good ball movement to Poe. She'll drive left baseline. Carter, Gao, 15-footer. A little bit strong. Poe rebounds. And then they say it hit, I think they're saying it hit the support, which should give possession to CMU, right? Or did they not reset the shot clock?
So we're going to talk about it here. So I think it was an inadvertent whistle there because nothing changed and Chicago still has the ball here.
By the way, that's Felicia Young. She handles her business as a referee. Really like Felicia in the times I've seen her. So it didn't hit it. It was talking about the shot clock. So they've got 13 to shoot. They've got a 20-point lead. Poe will flip it opposite side. North is back in. She'll drive and is fouled on the way there. So not a shooting foul. It's charged. Say 23 or 25?
24.
Oh, so Regas is in there. Ava Regas. Ava Arias, excuse me. Stepping on the sideline, and Chicago turns it over as Kate Gross is in there. I look down lower on my roster, below the starters, to see Ava Arias. Thank you. So he didn't say 23 or 25 at all. He said 24.
Yep, exactly.
Matsko right side. There's Arias. Ava Black with Orr on the bench. Getting a rest. A frustrating start. Prasad. She'll go to the right. Finds a double team and then finds Black. 15-footer. Back rim, front rim, and no. Poe with the rebound for Chicago. And coming the other way is Ellie Gross. Gross bounces it over. North the catch and the drive on the baseline. She'll flip it back out. Back to North. Gets around the 2 big players as she drives. Up and under. Reverse is good. That's 6'1" Black and 6-foot Gibbs. She dusted them both.
And went with the reverse there. Great move as they had both bigs on the same side.
Good cut in traffic, though they couldn't shoot it. Prasad goes with the left hand, but way strong. The rebound is pulled down underneath again by Poe. Gross up the court. North. Only Gross will drive in. Might have got away with a push. And it's deflected, so no turnover, no backcourt violation. Back into the forecourt right is Gross on the near side. And that is Katie Gross. Kate Gross and Ellie Gross sisters underneath no. Poe fights for the rebound. It comes away from her, and it's into the hands of Ellie Black. The Groth sisters from Downers Grove, Illinois, and Downers Grove North High School. Chicago is located in Hyde Park, Illinois. There's a drive and a layup right side for Anisha Chintala, who has 5. It was Connor Prasad. It's Chintala. She could pick up some of the secondary scoring. Carnegie Mellon needs it. They still trail by 20. There's another 3. That rims out. Tapped off of the Maroons and into the hands of Gibbs. And Gibbs will find Arias. And now Chintala lobs. That's well done. She found Black underneath. The freshman is fouled, and Ava Black will shoot 2. Ellie Gross picks up her first. Ava Black to the free throw line. But good stuff. 15th game. She has started 8. The freshman from Mars. Pretty good at the line, Ava Black. 63.2%. 1,000-point scorer. 4 years at the Mars area girls basketball, and a captain. Also played girls volleyball, all WPL, and left Mars as the leader in blocks. Makes the second. That's her first point. 36-17 lead for Chicago. They've done a good job here on the road. Talk a little bit as we progress about the UAA. If you're not paying attention to this conference, you should. Orr is back in. Orr gets the ball, races in transition, and she has her first field goal and now has 3 points.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need to see it go down once, and Orr hasn't gotten a ton of shot opportunities in this game, but finally able to see one go down.
Orr third in the conference at 16.9 a game scoring. 13 times in double digits on the season. Lob to the near side inside of 4 minutes to go before halftime. Carter in the right corner for Chicago, flips opposite. That is Ellie Gross. Bounces it back near side to sister Kate. Opposite side to Carter. Good catch. Gets the shot up. It's a little bit short. Rebound is controlled by Matsko. Catherine Orr brings it up for CMU. She's on the right wing. Top of the key to Chintala. And Chintala finds Matsko. Back to Anisha Chintala. Her shot a little bit off the mark. Ellie Gross rebounds. Up the floor running is North. It's trapped on the baseline. Still finds a way to get the shot up and draws the foul. I believe it's against Gibbs. And North will shoot 2.
Actually got Matsko there.
Yeah, Matsko is there too. So she gets her first.
And I'm not even sure how North got around Matsko on the baseline there to even get to that reverse layup. And then Matsko didn't really have the choice but to commit the foul right there.
Tight on the baseline. If we were talking hockey, they would say stick handling in a phone booth. So we're going to modify that to say dribbling in a phone booth with 2 bigs on you. And you get 2 free throws. And North has the first. She's got 17 in this one. Give her 18. She drains the pair.
You can tell she's really starting to feel it. No matter where she is on the floor, she feels like she's in scoring range.
Could threaten her season high, which is 26 twice this year. Sophia North has gone plus 20. Good move, Matsko, layup. And it can't go, however, but she will shoot 2. Thought she was going to get the and 1, but couldn't get it to go down. Grace Hines called for that personal. Nonetheless, good move by Megan Matsko, who is 2 of 2 tonight from the free throw line. Matsko on the year, 8.6 points a game. 17 blocks. And 1.2 per game, 6th in the conference. And Matsko at the foul line, 81.8%. 6 points now, making the 2 free throws. Something Carnegie Mellon has done fairly well in this one. Just a few free throws, but haven't had a ton of field goal attempts. Chicago started shooting lights out, especially from beyond the arc. And they get it underneath, and there's a reverse layup for Marissa Poe, who has 4.
And they've had the answer no matter what defense Carnegie Mellon's been in. I mean, it's just boom, get to the next set, get to the next set. Move the ball, everyone moving around. It's been incredible to watch this Chicago offense work.
Yeah, inside or outside, it hasn't mattered. It's a good start. It has been impressive. 3 no good by Savannah Gibbs. And there comes Grace Hines with the rebound up the floor, directing traffic. Throws to Poe, who lost the ball temporarily, but gets it back, guarded by Prasad. Finds Gal, good pass. North left the layup a little bit short. Might have been defended by Orr. Rebounded by Gibbs. Back to Orr as Catherine Orr comes up the right side. Near side to Nambeeson. Isha Nambeeson to Anisha Chintala. She comes right but can't find Gibbs, and now underhands it to Savannah Gibbs. Orr with a good job to direct traffic, and they reset. Matsko to Orr. Go back in, spin, back rim from 10, no. Good rebound, Matsko, and she has 2.
Matsko's been the most aggressive here for the Tartans in the first half. She's had the most success on the offensive end.
She's the junior, so that's the most experienced leader for CMU. They've got it back to with 17. It was 22. And it's a loose ball, and it's Chintala. Nisha Chintala driving left to right for the layup.
That's what they need if they're going to go on a run here. A couple of turnovers, be able to get out in transition, because the Chicago half-court defense has kind of stymied this Tartan offense.
Down to a minute 20 to go before halftime. Chicago has a 15-point lead. Poe has it. She'll come to Herrera. Back opposite side, Sophia North. Fires the pass back to Herrera. Catch and release 3. Rims out. Rebounded by Orr. Close to a minute to go in this one. Orr will bring it up. A little bit of a run for CMU late. They could use that going into halftime. But they turn it over as North reads the pass to Chintala. She'll drive and score with a layup. 20 in the first half for Sophia North.
And she's done it on both ends, and it's been the outside shooting early. Then she started working inside. Another steal there.
Can she get 22? This time left side layup. She's got 22. CMU as a team has 25. Homecoming for Sophia North. Check as successful no matter what happens the rest of the way. I'm sure her family's here and enjoying it. Orr goes over to Chintala on the right wing. Comes to the left. 12 to shoot, 18 on the game clock. Chintala to Orr. Front of the Chicago bench on the left wing. There's Gibbs with 5 to shoot. Gibbs tries to find Chintala, and it's Herrera with the steal this time. Isabella Herrera near side to Poe with 4 seconds. She'll back in, tries to throw it up. North on the other side, and what a fantastic and appropriate finish to the first half for an all kind of fired up and an all kind of spectacular Sophia North.
What didn't she do in that first half there? Get an offensive rebound, put back right there. She hit the outside. She was able to get to the rim whenever she wanted. A couple of steals and blocks on the defensive end. What a first half there for Sophia North in the homecoming.
24 points. And all Chicago in this one. A little bit of a run, and that was ended rather quickly by Chicago as they've got some transition points, and they lead at the half by 21. Your score, Chicago 46 and Carnegie Mellon 25. Before we break, I want to tell you that Pizza Parma is the official pizza provider of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Their favorite for the Tartans, using only quality Italian cheeses, locally grown vegetables, and fresh meats with no preservatives. Pizza Parma is made to order fresh just for you. Visit their Shadyside location or order online to enjoy a Pittsburgh original. And Panera Bread is an official partner of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. They've been named healthiest fast food restaurant by Health Magazine. Choose Panera Bread for all of your catering needs, or your tailgating for the game, family gathering, or office meetings. No group too small or too large. Panera Bread catering for all occasions. Catering.panerabread.com. Also want to thank BSN Sports. They serve as the official apparel and equipment provider to Tartans Athletics while outfitting Carnegie Mellon Athletics and coaches and broadcasters in premier Nike product selection. Connect with all the Carnegie Mellon athletics teams online. Visit our website, athletics.cmu.edu. You're there now if you're watching this one. Like us on Facebook at Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Tartan Athletics. And we will take our break now. At the half, it is Chicago on the road leading Carnegie Mellon by a score of 46-25. Getting ready for the start of the second half here at Carnegie Mellon University. UAA action, Chicago on the road. Number 10 in the nation, Division III Hoops.com. 46-25, the Maroons lead. Bob Orquist, Jonathan Spina. First half numbers heavily favoring Chicago. Now, there were 3 50% that I circled. 2 of them are great. Overall field goal percentage and three-point field goal percentage. The other 50% at the free throw line is just 3 of 6. You'd like to do better there. That hasn't really bothered them. They were 7 of 14 from beyond the arc, 18 of 36. They had the lead in rebounds, 25-13. All the other ancillaries, points from turnovers, 15-8. Points in the paint, 20-14. Second chance points, 10-4. Fast breaks, 4-2 points, and bench points, 5-4. You add that all up, a 46-21 lead plus 21, and we haven't even talked about the homecoming for Sophia North, who has 24, 2 away from a season high, tying that season high.
Yeah, and I mean, it was phenomenal. She filled up the stat sheet, had an assist, a steal, a couple of blocks, 3 rebounds as well. But I think that was the biggest thing. Them shooting 50% from the field and 3, and going along without rebounding the Tartans by 12. I think those are the 2 biggest reasons why Chicago is able to come out, dominate that first half. You don't typically see teams on the road come out and be able to shoot like that, especially early in the game. But they came out here, got their bearings early, and they were hitting shots.
They had 5 threes really early and haven't looked back since. They've kept Catherine Orr, who has 6 double-doubles, 12 in her career, and averages 16.9 and 9.4. Just 2 points and 2 rebounds in that first half. Chicago, Poe lost it. And here comes a chance maybe for some points. Good outlet. Chintala gets it from them. Beeson, but Chintala is fouled. I believe it's on Sophia North, judging by her reaction, and it is. Her team first, 2 free throws for Anisha Chintala.
So they get out in transition there. Chintala tries to pump fake to get North off her feet. North didn't go for the pump fake, went for the shot, but then after the block, got a piece of the hand as well.
Which is why North, much like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, grabbed her cheeks. But I agree with you. I don't think it was, she stayed on her feet. That's what she probably was surprised by, but I think she got a piece of it. Splitting the pair, Chintala has 8 now, and it's a 20-point game. Poe tries to find a cutter. That's good hands that time. 2 in a row by Nam Beeson. See if they can turn this into points. She dribbles on the right wing, bounces it in, but miscommunication. She thought Chintala was cutting, and then she stopped, and that was an easy turnover for Chicago. It's Poe on the right side. A little bit strong. Rebounded underneath by Gross, I believe. Check it. It's Brodnick who's back in. Then Sarah Lott. They didn't miss her. 2 personals, and Sadalot, she's the post presence for the Maroons.
And I think she just picked up those 2 early, and then things just continued to roll. So they was like, well, let's not risk it here. Just wait for the second half.
5 to shoot. Forced on the baseline is Sophia North, and that's going to be a personal number 2 against Anisha Chintala. On to Brodnick. And they get it underneath to Hines. I don't think they missed Brodnick because Hines kind of picked up the post play when Brodnick went out.
Yeah, she had a double-double in the first half. 11 points, 10 rebounds for her, so she also helped in the rebounding department.
She deflects that and keeps possession. Hines, by the way, that's her second double-double of the season. And there's a 3 from in front of her own bench. Off the side of the rim by Gross, Ellie Gross. And then off the in and out it goes, and Nam Beeson's called for the foul. You're already down 20 to CMU. Just too many second, now third chance opportunities for Chicago.
Yeah, and we talked about that in the pregame. Both teams +5, +6 in the rebounding category, and Chicago's really dominated that aspect of the game tonight.
Lob into Marissa Poe, who comes left, spins right, comes back left, winding her way, and it's deflected out of bounds. And with 15 to shoot, it'll be a left baseline inbound for Chicago. Talked about the UAA and some great teams here, and I'll give you that stat in a second. There's the season high. Skipping back down court is Sophia North with 27 now.
And picks up right back where she left off.
She's been fantastic. Now the ball's on the court, tied up by Poe. Poe gets it to Brodnick, and here comes transition. Hines to Gross. She's going to pull it back out. Back to North. Hines skips corner to corner. Poe steps on the sideline. There are 8 teams in the UAA. 3 of them are ranked in D3hoops.com. Rochester 7. New York University was 1 till they lost to Chicago. They're 8-10 for Chicago. And we go to the WBCA coaches poll. Rochester 9. Chicago is tied with Babson for 11th. 7 for New York, and Emory's 22. So that's good stuff for this conference. It's a grind, obviously. Good job, spin, turn, window, and down for Savannah Gibbs.
Yeah, and you can go either side, men or women's, talking about the UAA. It's going to be a tough game every single night out, and like you said, a bunch of teams ranked, 3 of them in the top 10 there.
On the move, North misses. Long rebound to Beeson. Yeah, we had a chance to chat with Tony Wingren, and the men's game comes right next, and he talked about the conference being so good. Gibbs misses. Rebounds her own miss. 2 in a row for Savannah Gibbs, who now has 7. And the Tartans have it under 20. Maybe that's the first baby step into attempting to come back. It's 49-30. Sophia North will drive, hesitate, and score. 29 for Sophia North. The junior. The ball stolen away. And they outlet it Hines to North. 2 more and 1 pending. And we mentioned the homecoming.
This has been absolutely incredible. She just continued to score. She hit the buzzer beater in the second quarter, hits her first shot of the third quarter there. At that time, able to beat everyone down the floor. Gibbs is a step late, ends up committing the foul, and she's able to finish.
And I think North downshifted to let her come in and then took it up anyway. Misses. Ball went out of bounds, and it will stay with Chicago. That was a foul, actually. Beeson, I believe. That'll be her 3rd.
It's just the rebounding continues to be a problem for this Tartan team. It's right there, missed free throw. Chicago able to get the offensive rebound.
North last year averaged 2.6 points a game in 20 games. Didn't play at all in the COVID year. Now they're talking things over. And just wanted to verify something before I spewed it out there. I know. Maybe it's a new year, so new habits, right?
There you go.
It's a career high for Sophia North at 31. We still have 6.5 to go. And there's Brodnick. Mallory Brodnick, just her second bucket inside, turning with the right hand off the window, the 6'2 senior forward.
And we didn't see a ton of Brodnick in that first half, but you can just tell the way they run this offense with the kind of 4 out, everyone outside just waiting to catch and shoot, and then she's working inside, typically one-on-one because of how good they shoot it from the outside. That could be a real weapon for this team as they go forward.
Well, the lead was 19. All of a sudden it's 25 at 55-30. Chicago's been fantastic here on the road to start the weekend. Washington University comes here Sunday. Those games, men and women's and men's, to be specific order-wise, available through the Carnegie Mellon Athletics website. Our colleagues Rob McKinney and Jared Barton on the call Sunday. Jonathan and I have the nightcap, the men's game between Chicago and CMU, scheduled for 7:30. Brodnick a little too strong, and Orr gets the backside rebound. Like to get her on track a little bit. Flips to Matsko. Matsko had a good first half. Good pass, but the shot is short. Battling for the rebound. The shot missed by Angwin, and Brodnick was battling for the rebound, and Brodnick draws the foul.
And that's the 5th foul here, so Chicago headed to the line for the rest of the quarter, and we still got a ways to go.
Yeah, 5:47. That will send Brodnick to shoot. Mallory Brodnick, 9.1 points a game, 15 blocks to lead the way, and good for the Post player, she shoots 77.8%. She makes the first. She's got 5. She's been in double digits 8 times this year. Led the team 3 times. And they're pretty spread out, too. It's not just like one player has done it for Chicago.
And that's what makes them so dangerous. I mean, you look at any category here on this stat sheet, whether it's scoring, assists, rebounds, it's all spread out, and you can't just sit down and focus on one person for them.
I'm going to ask you what I ask coaches when they get a chance, just to get your perspective on it. Patient possession for CMU, and chasing it down is Nambeeson. Resets with 10 to shoot. Angwin, Nambeeson, or cuts, had it knocked away, and here comes Chicago in transition with Bella Alfaro. Underneath is Hines. North. Bang! My goodness. 34 and counting for Sophia North.
She's unconscious.
And a timeout gives me an opportunity to. So I always ask coaches, do you want that one player who gives you 20 and 10, and then there's a chance that player's cold? What do you do? Or do you want it spread out like Chicago we talked about?
I think I would much rather have it spread out where the other team has to prepare for multiple people, because if you have that one person, I mean, that's all that other team's focusing on all week, and I think sometimes this Tartan team runs into that with Catherine Orr. I think we've seen a little bit of that tonight, where if you do double them and make them beat everyone else, and yeah, everyone else can have a good night, but can they do that every night? And so you want that more balanced team where multiple people are stepping up and the other team doesn't know who they really have to focus in on.
I lean to that, too. You make a great point with Catherine Orr. By the way, today's broadcast brought to you by Penn Station. They're a proud partner of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Enjoy any of their delicious made-to-order subs. All it takes is one bite. You'll understand why at Penn Station. It's all about good taste. Make sure to stop by the Shady Side location at 4815 Center Avenue. Also, check out the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel and Suites Pittsburgh downtown for your next conference or hotel stay in Pittsburgh. The DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel and Suites Pittsburgh downtown, a proud corporate partner of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. I like the little delay. A chance to read some sponsorships for you.
Yeah, that was weird. It was almost like they were waiting for you to be done.
Oh, I appreciate it. Didn't know I had that much pull, but I'll take it. There's a short jumper from 12, no good. Liv LaFond, who's checked in. Good rebound, though, fighting and scoring, and one. Marissa Poe is charged with a foul. That's with Catherine Orr. We're used to seeing that from Orr, the sensational sophomore, who fantastic numbers last year and even better this year. Orr last year, 14.4 a game, which led the team. 7.8 rebounds was second. She's slow in this one with just 6 points, but 15.5 points per game this season, 5th in the conference. Leading rebounder, check it, flip this, 16.9, as there's a 3-point miss. And tops in the conference, 9.4 rebounds for a 5'8 guard. And you and I were talking about that's desire and smarts and really want to. You expect to take some hits under there. Ashley Gow was called for that personal as they tried to get Chicago did the loose ball in front of the CMU bench, and the Tartans were inbound, trailing 59-33.
And even with the lack of height you're talking about, I mean, she actually is playing guard. It's not like she's just in the paint all the time waiting for these rebounds. She has to go down there and get into the mix.
She has a bundle of energy, and that helps as well. And there's a long three. Book that from the left side for Nambeeson for her first points.
That was a struggle in the first half for the Tartans, was that outside shooting. They get one there from Nambeeson, though.
Working it around now. Chicago in front of the bench. Marissa Poe. And she'll drive to the right. Flip right. 3 for Alfaro. Book that. All net from the right wing. Her first points. And 2 more threes. 9 on the game now for the Maroons. And losing concentration, but hustling to save it is Ella Angwin, the 6-foot freshman. Gets it to Orr. Directs traffic, and Angwin sets up on the right side, right corner. Flip pass inside by LaFond. It's deflected, and here comes Chicago. Alfaro puts it up the floor to Poe. Poe again with that spinning and turning and ducking and keeping the pivot foot all along, and it's knocked away from her. Matrix-like moves from Marissa Poe. Chicago inbounds left baseline with 22 to shoot. It's Alfaro and a push. And I believe it might be against Ava Black, who was just checked in. Her and Brodnick were kind of tied up. 6'1", v 6'2". And again, forgot about the bonus. Check it. It wasn't Brodnick. It was Gross, because Gross goes to the free throw line. So 2 foul shots, no. Katie Gross is yet to score. Sister Ellie has also not scored in this one. Ellie is the junior, and Kate is the freshman. She missed. And it was Black who rebounds. Good spin, better defense. A block by Carolyn Workman on the turning attempt by Savannah Gibbs. Workman, the 6-foot freshman, making her presence felt down low. And there's Bella Alfaro. There's another 3 near side. It is Herrera with her second tray.
We keep talking about it. Hasn't mattered, really. If they're open from the outside, they're taking the shot. And most of the time for the Chicago team, it's going down.
10 in the game and a steal. Bella Alfaro up the court. Herrera catch, firing, missing. Backside rebound, though, by Kate Gross. And she is fouled. And Nam Beeson gets another personal. Gross has got some good size, too, the freshman, 5'11". His sister Ellie is just 5'8". 2 for Ellie Gross, a business economic major. 4 years on the hoops team, also cross country at Downers Grove North, and she's got her first point in this one. .30 lead for Chicago, 66-33. Make it 67. Might be zeroing in the Maroons on a season high. 80 in their last game and a win over Brandeis. And they've got the ball again, and here they come up the court. Alfaro, she'll stop in front of her own bench on the left side. They'll work at right wing. And there's a drive and a dish out. And there's a 15-footer that's down from Lindsey Carter, her first 2.
And it's just continued here, and it hasn't mattered. Inside, outside, mid-range three-pointer, the Chicago team has shot it just
They have not
phenomenally.
missed much. It has been a fantastic shooting performance so far. That's a fantastic shooting performance. Chintala spun it, went up and under. Right hand, window and down for her 9th point.
Yeah, working on the 5'3" Herrera there. So Chintala with 6 inches on her, takes her to the post. Nice little move.
Smart, absolutely. Herrera on the baseline. We got too far underneath and missed it. Rebounded by Eva Black. Here comes CMU and Catherine Orr. Under 2 to go in the third. Orr comes right with it, stops at the top of the key. Kept the dribble. Tried to hit a cutting Gibbs. It was a good read and a good steal. And Lindsey Carter, she wanted to, every big person wants, they want to run the break, right? She finally dished it off to Alfaro, who was fouled by Chintala. And Bella Alfaro will shoot 2. She's played in every game so far this year for Chicago. Bella Alfaro, also a business economic major from Durham, North Carolina. 4 years on the basketball team, 4 years as well as girls soccer for Alfaro, and was the state player of the year basketball-wise her senior year. Makes 2. She's got 5. Chicago leads 71-38. I just want to recheck that. 83 against Colorado College was the season high for Chicago. Twice 80, once 83.
And the way they've played tonight, that's very surprising that they've only got to 80.
I mean, as well, I was looking to see if there's some 90s
or
maybe 100 in there.
While,
yeah. Foul is called against Bella Alfaro. Zanika Prasad checks in 3 on Alfaro. 4 in the quarter against Chicago. Chicago shooting 49% from the field, 55% from beyond the arc. That's how well they've chucked it here tonight. Right corner. Left side, almost a fantastic Chintala bucket, but the rebound grabbed and put up. Savannah Gibbs cleaning it up for her 9th point. Black, excuse me, thank you. Her 3rd point. On the right wing is Kate Gross, and they'll dump it in. high to high, big to big. Carter tries to come back out to Workman, the 6'1" and the 6-foot freshman. And there's an 8-footer that bounces around by Lindsey Carter, no good, and Chicago can't save it. And CMU gets the ball back with 41.3 seconds to go. They're down 31. Great quick start for Chicago, and then they led by 14 and led by 21 at the half. CMU has got it as close to 19, but so far that's the closest they've got. Prasad goes inside and out, back to Orr, spinning her way in against Herrera. Unselfish though, stop the dribble, passed it back out to Prasad, who gets into the paint. No, from about 10, but she is hacked in the act, and she'll shoot 2 as Herrera's called for the personal. Nika Prasad, 3 on 1 to Trey. She's an electrical and computer engineering major, Nika Prasad, from Saratoga, California. 23 games last year and 2 starts. She makes the free throw.
Could you imagine doing
all 15 this
any
year.
of those majors and also trying to play college basketball?
I cannot.
Communication.
With student athletes, student athletes, fantastic at all aspects of UAA. Really at Carnegie Mellon, think about it. It's
incredible.
Known for its academics. Sometimes we focus more on the athlete part, but they are fantastic student athletes, carrying a big workload and a workload on the court as Workman and Carter can't get it to go, and the horn sounds. End of 3. Chicago 71 and CMU 42. I'll let you know that the Carnegie Mellon Athletics Department would like to thank Moe's Southwest Grill for being a proud corporate partner. Make sure you visit one of Moe's 7 Pittsburgh locations to pick up a burrito from the official provider of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Pizza Parma is the official pizza provider of Carnegie Mellon Athletics. They're a favorite for the Tartans, using only quality Italian cheeses, locally grown vegetables, and fresh meats with no preservatives. Pizza Parma, made to order fresh just for you. Visit their Shadyside location or order online to enjoy a Pittsburgh original. The Panera Bread, also an official partner of the Carnegie Mellon Athletics. They've been named the healthiest fast food restaurant by Health Magazine. Choose Panera Bread for all of your catering needs, tailgating for the game or family gatherings, office meetings, you name it. No group too small or too large. Panera Bread, catering for all occasions. Catering.panerabread.com.
So you talked about at the half how Chicago was shooting 50% from 3 and probably couldn't get any better. Well, it did. And they shot 4 of 7 from 3 in that third quarter, so up to 52% now from behind the arc.
So the overall field goal percentage went down to 46.4, but the free throw percentage came up to 53.3. So they're staying right at that 50% mark. The meter, fans at home can't see this, but you can, is right here for them. It stayed right there. And it was the fast start,
it
really.
kind of all evened out. So it went down, something went up. And then
right. The fast start, and they banged 5 triples in quick succession to start this game. 2 in a row, 3 in a row really to start. And it put Carnegie Mellon behind the 8 ball, and they've not recovered. 3 from in front of the bench by Prasad. Good rebound, though, by Gibbs to keep possession. And now Orr flashing out of Savannah Gibbs. Can't find the cutter. Orr comes back out top of the key. Almost lost the ball. 9 to shoot. Lobs. That's Black. Inside out they go. Got to shoot it with 3. Driving layup is good. And 1 for Anisha Chintala.
Nice patient possession there. Even with the shot clock running down there, they didn't get too panicked. Continued to move the ball. Got it over to Chintala. Got to the rim. Drew the foul.
I must think sometimes if you're aware, as Chintala was, Jonathan, that you use that shot clock to your advantage because the defender's thinking 2 to shoot or 3 to shoot, you're going to chuck it right away.
Yep.
So they fly out. That gives you a chance to get past them. 12 now for Chintala, double digits. She leads the way for CMU because you think that's going to be the only opportunity. Anissa Chintala, by the way, 8th time now in the season. She's gone double digits, averaging 9.9 a game. And when it's going your way, it's going your way. As Alfaro banks in the 3. She didn't call it, judging by her reaction, but she said, I'll take it.
And that is an exact reflection of how this game has been going for Chicago right there with the bank.
Underneath, trapped, but getting some room. Spinning around on the baseline with Savannah Gibbs. And she'll shoot 2. fouled by Caroline Workman. Gibbs and Black, the freshmen, watch their development as post players. Mention it that Caitlin Clendenin did a lot of that dirty work inside. Emily Archer also graduated. But Westlock was kind of inside out with an all-around game. Those are Clendenin and Westlock specifically, two of the big players who graduated for CMU. First is good, so that's 8 for Gibbs. Make it 9. Savannah Gibbs, the freshman from Danvers, Massachusetts at Deerfield Academy. 5 times she's been in double digits, so she's flirting with number 6 in this one. 74-45 lead for Chicago with the ball. Workman. And there's that big to big again, and Carter goes with the left hand off the window for her second basket. And if you're doing that right, you can't stop it.
Yep.
When you get a post play like that. We've seen it at both ends because Carnegie Mellon has done a little bit of that. Or on the right wing in front of her own bench, drives left, fades just inside the three-point line and drops the J down.
And you can't say enough about what the Chicago defense has done against Orr tonight. I mean, right there, that's still a tough shot she's taken right there. They just haven't given her anything easy.
She has 8. Has earned her 3 field goals. And there's a 3. Herrera, no good. That's a good rebound for Savannah Gibbs. Up the floor comes CMU. Chintala on the left wing, resets top of the key, and now flips right. Orr looking inside, goes out instead. That is Chintala at the right elbow. Back to Orr. Behind the back at the free throw line. Good pass. Black, a good catch and reset from right to left. No good. Workman rebounds for Chicago. They'll work it up the floor. Alfaro, Herrera on the right wing. Flashing out to get that is Kate Gross. And she'll work in. Right blocks from about 12 and drains the J. That's our first field goal, and 4 points now for Kate Gross. Orr stops, pops, pull up 3 is good. 11 for Orr, her first trade. She's in the double digits for the 14th time this season. And there's Gross and Workman. Back to Kate Gross. Tipped, but it does find Carter. And now Alfaro driving and protecting. Good ball movement. And the big Workman, the big, tall player, the big meaning she's a post player, misses the 3. Good catch on that pass to the near side. And Isha Nambisan will shoot too. Thought that was going to be over her head, but she did a good job to gather and then settle and get 2 free throws out of it.
Yep, settled. Created the contact herself there. Went right into Workman, and she draws the foul.
She goes to the free throw line. Nambisan has 3 points on a tray. Isha Nambisan from Fremont, California. 23 games last year. Tied the school record as a freshman with 7 threes versus Brandeis. Makes the first. She's a neurological science major. 2 free throws are good. Chicago walks it up the floor with Alfaro. And there's Gao into the corner, wide open for the 3, rims out. Gross, but the rebound is pulled down and put in by Workman. Good entry pass. Angwin gathered it and kind of slid in between Herrera and Gao. And Ella Angwin will shoot 2.
They got Herrera there coming over to try to help. Swiped in to get the steal, got the arm.
We've seen that. There's another 6-foot freshman in Angwin. We've seen Herrera several times in this game, Jonathan, at 5'3", being left underneath to defend a taller player as Angwin misses the first. Angwin, by the way, one time in her freshman year this year, the material science engineering major, she misses both, has a double-figure performance as a freshman. She's from Chelmsford, Massachusetts, from New England. Wicked weather up there. Wicked. But there's 3 6-footers, so you would expect as they develop, maybe you could see that become an advantage for CMU.
And that was one thing they lacked kind of last year with those 2 seniors, and that's all they really had. So now that they replenished that category, now they just got to develop it.
Workman misses another 3. Caroline Workman was 2 of 6 before tonight from beyond the arc. 80-54, 26-point lead for Chicago. CMU has the basketball. Angwin working to the left and dishes over there to Prasad. Anika Prasad on the move from 15. No, and she draws the foul. She'll shoot 2 more free throws. Prasad 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Both of these teams, as they get into February, remaining schedule-wise, 5 of the last 7 games are at home. So interesting the way that worked out for Carnegie Mellon. Of course, home Sunday against Washington. You can watch that doubleheader. Then they go on the road next week and at New York. That's a tough task right there before finishing next weekend against Brandeis. But then 5 of the last 7 here at home.
And the UAA does have a little quirky way they do the schedule there where you're either home or away all weekend there, so sometimes those home games do add up. But the away games added up early for them, and
right.
I'd rather have the back end home. I'd rather have that.
I would agree with that, especially if you're in the fight. That's even Carnegie Mellon has to work their way up as they're looking probably at an 0-4 UAA record, Jonathan. But 3-1 for Chicago. They're at the top of the conference, so no conference playoff. So just the champion comes from the regular season winner. Prasad misses the 3, but it's Gibbs with the rebound. She was on the left blocks, and she came right. Savannah Gibbs will shoot 2. As we'll see Sophie Chow check in, the senior. One of 2 seniors. Davia Srinivasan is the other. She's not dressed, I believe, tonight. First is no good for Gibbs. So there's the other thing to look forward for CMU. They've got 8 freshmen, so that's a young team. 11 of their 17 on the roster are freshmen or sophomores. Gao has it, and that's Herrera. Herrera gets it to the near side. Well, they're trying for some reason to get Workman hit a 3. She can't get it to go. Nika Prasad. And Chow flips it down. It's deflected away. By the way, Sophia North probably won't play the rest of the way. We get a timeout taken by Maria Williamson. But even if it's not so tonight, with her 34 points in this one, I'm allowing her to sleep in her own bed tonight.
And she will have 34 points
cooking.
And didn't even play in the fourth quarter. I mean,
because I noticed she stood up and she's excited just on the bench like the whole team has been all night. But what a fantastic performance for her in her return to Pittsburgh. By the way, fans, BSN Sports, they serve as the official apparel and equipment provider to Tartan Athletics while outfitting Carnegie Mellon athletics and coaches in premier Nike product selection. Connect with all the Carnegie Mellon athletics teams online. Visit our website at athletics.cmu.edu. Like us on Facebook at Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Tartan Athletics. Well, last year, a good season for Jackie Hall as they won their 2nd ECAC championship. We got some work to do to get there this year, however. Started great, Jonathan, 8-0, but got a little tougher. Started with WJ, sort of a packed sister team, as Carnegie Mellon football is an associate member of the PAC, President's Athletic Conference, and WJ has worked their way into the top 25. And then it's got tougher. We talked about the UAA with 3 of the 8 teams being ranked. So that's a little bit of a meat grinder of a conference.
Yeah, and it was a phenomenal finish to the year. That team was really riding high at the end. There was 2 blowouts in the ECAC tournament there. Then they picked up where they left off, winning those first 8 games, and then the schedule just got a little bit harder, and this younger team just wasn't up to the task yet.
There's a drive in and a dish out into the near corner for Kate Gross. And there's Isabel Herrera driving right, runner with the right hand. Off the window, no. Fighting for the rebound. That is up and in for Lindsey Carter. And the hope is that Lumps one year equals growth the next year.
Yeah, I mean, this young team playing this brutal conference schedule, and they also played Hope non-conference, who's ranked, and W&J non-conference,
Hope is fine.
who's
Is
ranked.
their fifth, Hope College is. On the baseline, and set out they go as they get it out. Gibbs got it out. It comes back to the near side. Chow a little bit short on the three. Racing for the rebound and getting it is Alfaro. Up the floor at Herrera. Nice catch and a drive in one motion, but it won't go. Good stuff from Alfaro. She's a little out of gas right now, though. Can't catch up to Gibbs, who brings it up the floor. 3:25 clock turns. It's 82-55 Chicago in this one. Good inbound, good back up, and a good finish by Savannah Gibbs, who has 11. Savannah Gibbs 6 times this year. She's gone into double figures. Chitano leads the way for CMU at 12. Orr, who is on the bench, has 11. You would think that her afternoon/evening is finished. Alfaro, good drop pass. Came left, dropped it right, and Carter has 2 more. Lob to Angwin, who backs in. Spins right, bounces right. Sophie Chow drives left. Tries to go back to Angwin. That is read and deflected away defensively by Chicago's Bella Alfaro. More subs in for CMU. Liv LaFawn, who played a little bit the first half, is in. Also back in. Ava Arias, who played some in the first half. She gets it back off the inbound. Spins right, a little bit short on the layup. And Angwin came in, but just kind of missed that rebound on the floor. And Chow was in there. We see Sam Glowalski for the first time in for CMU. Herrera, long three. Booked hats. She's got 9 all from beyond the arc. She's not a starter, but I like her. She just seems like
very good
that
backup
spark player. You know, she's got that energy out there.
That's exactly what it is. Backup point guard. You can still trust her to handle the ball down there, and she's gone up against, like right here, another mismatch here, but she's went hard on the defensive end.
Left-handed hook. That's a beauty for Angwin's first 2. We're going to get a substitution as both teams emptying their benches. As Amber Williams, the freshman, checks in for Chicago from Jackson, New Jersey. A minute 50 to go. Gross just standing on the right wing. There's Workman. He'll drive the left blocks. Herrera travels. Kind of had trouble receiving that pass in front of the bench. Wanted to drive the left baseline, which we've seen. Herrera, by the way, from Poughkeepsie, New Jersey. And Spack and Kill High School. Psych major. At the other end, they've got it down low. Like that, CMU is gone, and most of their bigs, we were talking about Jonathan, are freshmen. They've gone to most, or all of them at least, down low at times.
And that is the one thing, they do have a height advantage against this Chicago team, but once they started hitting those shots from the outside, height went out the window early on.
And that bodes well, though, getting experience for the freshmen, as we talked about. In this case, it's Angwin. She makes 2 free throws and 4 points. 87-61 with 90 seconds left in this one. As Alfaro brings it up to Herrera to Gross. That's Kate Gross. Ball deflected. Alfaro catches it. Drives left. We saw this offense a lot. With that result, a 3, though it didn't go, but it's a rebound by Williams and an extended possession for Chicago. Into the left corner. Can't tell who that is. The bench screened me. But driving to the right, Workman no good. And another rebound offensively for Chicago. I believe that was Amber Williams. And she's going to get 2.
I think they're going to be underneath here. Yeah, just passing.
Is that 5 fouls? No, it isn't inbound. So you're correct.
Chicago has 5 fouls.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That was the first.
Wrong side of the board.
There you go.
Used to the home on the left side. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's always just me. Inside out they go as LaFawn pitches it back out. Glowalski directs traffic and then flips to the right wing. And that is Arias. Back out to Angwin. Back to Ava Arias. She'll drive right side, splits the D. Williams might have got a piece of it. Late whistle. And I believe it's Arias who's going to shoot the 2 free throws. Foul was called against Amber Williams. It is Ava Arias. Ava Arias, ethics, history, and public policy major. Makes the first from Portland, Oregon. Ethics, history, and public policy. That screams politician. Civic leader somewhere. Inside of 30 seconds, and just a 2-second differential shot in game clock as Chicago's going to win. They started the season 8-0, which was their best start, Chicago, since 2011-2012. Their first loss was against Washington. They won 2 more, trying to make it 3 more, give them 2 more with 10 seconds left. Amber Williams, the freshman, gets 2. There's Glowalski, a little bit strong with the 3. Williams rebounds, and Chicago's going to put this one to rest. With a great start, leads to a fantastic road victory for the Maroons as they win this one by 26, 89-63. Hines and Sophia North. First quarter-wise, Jonathan, they had 23 between them. North had 4 threes, 2 threes for Hines, who then later went inside when Brodnick went out. But that was the quick start right there.
Yeah, and that was really the difference in the game.
13-3, I believe, when CMU called a timeout. They never recovered.
Yeah, and Carnegie Mellon's made a couple of runs at it. They were able to get it down to 8 at one point, and then it was 20. They got it down to 15, but Chicago seemed to always have the answer, and the outside shooting was phenomenal. And, I mean, the homecoming for Sophia North, you couldn't have scripted it any better for her.
34 points and 4 rebounds for North. She was 13 of 19, 6 of 9 from beyond the arc, 23. That is a career-high 34 points for Sophia North. Also in double figures for Chicago, Hines with 11 and Isabella Herrera with 11. As Chicago shoots 45%, 45.3 from the field, 44.8 from beyond the arc. And they out-rebound Carnegie Mellon 46-33 for CMU. 3 in double figures. Anisha Chintala leads the way with 13 points in this one. And for Chintala, that is the second time she has led the Tartans in scoring on the season. 11 for Gibbs, 10 for Orr, who finishes with 10 points and 4 rebounds. So well below her normal numbers for Orr. 4 rebounds, by the way, ties for the season low. She just had 4 in a win over Pitt Greensburg. Elsewhere for Carnegie Mellon, they did play a lot of players in this game, but only shot 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. Just 3 3-pointers in this one as opposed to 13 for Chicago in the quick start. 39.6% from beyond the arc. And they end up losing this one. 31 points off turnovers for Chicago to 13, 34-30 in the paint. 21-14 on second chance points. 35-10 off the bench, too, for Chicago. Another big factor in this one. As Chicago mentioned that they had started with 11-0, their great start, lost to Washington. Now they've won 3 in a row. So the Maroons are 14-1. They're 3-1. And then they play Sunday, Chicago does, at Case Western. So that makes sense. You come here, go there, back and forth. Case Western, by the way, also 1-2. CMU now falls to 0-4 in the conference. And CMU overall is 9-6, excuse me. And Washington is here. They've got the Sunday games and that doubleheader, women's and men's, you can see on the network. If you're interested in more basketball, stay tuned. We're going to go silent for a while, then Jonathan and I will be back with the men's basketball matchup here in this doubleheader between Chicago and Carnegie Mellon. Thank you for tuning in to women's basketball and Carnegie Mellon Athletics. Once again, I'd like to thank its corporate partners, BSN Sports, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel and Suites, Pittsburgh Downtown, Moe's Southwest Grill, Panera Bread, Penn Station, and Pizza Parma. Check out the Athletics website for special offerings from all of our partners. For Jonathan Spina, Bob Workers, your final in the opener, women's basketball, Chicago 89, Carnegie Mellon 63. Men's coming up in about 25 minutes.